I was invited by the Church of Pakistan in the Diocese of Karachi at the time to come and help disciple new Christians amongst the tribal people in the Sindh province. The local clergy were extremely busy and accepting invitations from non-Christians to come and tell them about their faith. And many were being baptized, and the local church needed help in discipling these new believers. So that was my job. And I had a visiting program where I'd go to villages and teach, give Bible stories and teach from the scriptures and lead a little worship service. And because as a woman, of course, the women and the children were the main attendees. And I want to tell you a story about one of these visits when I was asked a question that I found hard to answer. In fact, I couldn't answer it really. There we were sitting on the ground on the sort of cloth that they put down, and everyone sits down, and we had this teaching session and service and action songs with the children. And of course many would turn up who aren't or weren't Christians, and often would listen very intently. If they weren't interested, they would wander away. Well, on this particular visit that I want to describe to you what happened, one of the non-Christian women at the end of the sessions asked me if my parents had been were Christians. And I said yes. And she said, "And what about your grandparents?" I said yes. And we went down the line like that. And she then asked, why has it taken so long for us to know about it, to know about Jesus? Now, this was a woman who, as I say, had not been baptized and had not actually publicly confessed faith, but some weeks previously on a visit, her buffalo had been extremely ill, and she did not know what to do. This was the most precious thing she owned, was her buffalo. And indeed, he was tethered near the hut, and he did look rather ill. And it was decided that I should pray for this buffalo. So with some trepidation, I had laid my hand on its head and prayed. And subsequently, it got better. And this had greatly moved her and had caused her to take belief in Jesus, though she had to keep this quite secret because of her husband's allegiance to a local Hindu bhagat. That question, why has it taken so long for us to hear? And I think this is a real question that we need to take seriously. It shows up our Christian responsibility to actually share and give people the opportunity to know the Jesus narrative and to come to know him and the reality of his life in their lives.